Hey everyone, I love Christmas, you love Christmas, we all love Christmas, right? But let's be honest, some of the stuff we do is kind of weird when you really think about it, like mistletoe, a little creepy. But you know what's even weirder? How people celebrate Christmas in other parts of the world. So today we're diving into some of the weirdest Christmas traditions from around the world. You won't believe some of these, from pooping logs to fried caterpillars. You think I'm kidding. This is going to be good. Buckle up, because things are about to get strange. Okay, first up we're going to Catalonia, where they celebrate Christmas with a Yule log. Sounds normal enough, right? Wrong, it's not just any log, it's a log with a face painted on it and little wooden legs. They call him Tio de Nadal, which basically translates to Christmas log, but here's where it gets weird. See, starting in early December, the kids are in charge of feeding this log like actual food, and they keep it warm with a little blanket because apparently logs get cold. Then on Christmas Eve, things get really crazy. The kids gather around the log and they start hitting it with sticks while singing a song about, wait for it, the log pooping out presents, and it does. Or at least that's what the parents want you to think. Next, we're jetting off to Japan, where they celebrate Christmas a little differently. Forget turkey and ham. In Japan, Christmas dinner is all about KFC. You heard me right. Apparently, back in the 1970s, KFC launched a huge marketing campaign in Japan called Kentucky for Christmas, and it actually worked. Now, millions of Japanese families pre-order their Christmas buckets weeks in advance. Can you imagine the lines? It's like Black Friday for fried chicken. Hey, I love a good bucket of bird as much as the next guy, but a whole Christmas tradition based on fast food. That's wild. From fried chicken, we're heading north to Norway, where things get a little witchy. You see, in Norway, Christmas Eve is a big deal for witches, and not the friendly kind. According to folklore, these witches come out on Christmas Eve looking for brooms to steal. Why brooms? Who knows? Maybe they're late for a Quidditch match. Anyway, to protect themselves, Norwegians hide all their brooms before they go to bed on Christmas Eve. Some people even hide them in the safest place they can think of. The closet. I'm not making this up. Chapter 4. Roller skating to church. Okay, next up is Venezuela, where Christmas morning is anything but silent. Instead of carols and church bells, the streets are filled with the sound of roller skates. Yep, in Caracas, the capital of Venezuela, people actually roller skate to church on Christmas morning. It's a tradition that dates back decades, and it's quite a sight to see. Hundreds of people, all decked out in their Christmas best, rolling through the streets like it's a disco on wheels. Forget reindeer, these guys are riding in style. Chapter 5. Web Decorating Champions. Now, let's talk about Christmas trees. You've got your classic ornaments, your twinkling lights, maybe even a little tinsel if you're feeling fancy. But in Ukraine, they take their tree decorations to a whole new level. With spider webs. Yeah, you heard me right. Spider webs. It sounds creepy, but there's actually a heartwarming story behind it. Legend has it that a poor widow couldn't afford to decorate her tree, so a spider took pity on her and spun a beautiful web all over it. So, next time you're untangling those Christmas lights, just be thankful you're not dealing with spider webs. Chapter 6. Not your grandma's Christmas dinner. All right, get ready for this one, because it's not for the faint of heart. We're heading up north again, this time to Greenland, where Christmas dinner is, well, let's just say it's an acquired taste. On the menu, raw whale skin, also known as mattock, and kiviak, which is basically fermented seabirds stuffed into a seal skin and buried for months. I'm not sure what's more surprising, the fact that they eat this stuff or the fact that they managed to find a way to ferment seabirds. Hey, more power to them, right? But I think I'll stick to my turkey and stuffing. Next up, we're off to Italy, where Santa Claus better watch out because there's a new gift giver in town. Her name is Befana, and she's not exactly your typical Christmas icon. Picture a witch flying on a broomstick with a sack full of presents. Sound familiar? But don't worry, Befana's not here to cause trouble. Just to deliver gifts to good children on the eve of Epiphany, January 5th. Of course, if you're on the naughty list, you might just get a lump of coal. Hey, nobody's perfect, not even magical Italian witches. From a friendly witch to, well, not so friendly. In Austria, they have a different kind of Christmas tradition, one that involves a creature called Krampus. Now, Krampus is basically the anti-Santa. He's a half-goat, half-demon beast who roams the streets during the Christmas season looking for naughty children. And let's just say you don't want to be on Krampus's bad side. He's been known to swat kids with birch branches, stuff them in his sack, and even drag them back to his lair. So if you're ever in Austria during Christmas time, be on your best behavior. You never know who might be watching. Okay, back to the food, because why not? This time we're heading to South Africa, where they celebrate Christmas with a delicacy that might make your skin crawl. I'm talking about fried caterpillars. Yes, you read that right, fried caterpillars. Specifically the larvae of the emperor moth, which are considered a delicacy in some parts of South Africa. They're usually dried, rehydrated, and then fried until crispy. Apparently they taste like, well, let's just say it's an experience. Hey, different strokes for different folks, right? Next up, we're off to the Czech Republic, where single ladies have a unique way of trying to find a husband by throwing shoes. On Christmas Eve, single women stand with their backs to the door and toss a shoe over their shoulder. If the shoe lands with the toe pointing towards the door, it means they'll get married within the year. If not, well, there's always next year. Hey, it's worth a shot, right? Just make sure you're not wearing your best stilettos. Chapter 11, The Case of the Hidden Pickle. From shoes to pickles? Yep, you read that right. In Germany they have a tradition called the Weihnachtsgurke, which translates to Christmas pickle. Basically, they hide a pickle-shaped ornament in the Christmas tree, and the first child to find it gets a special gift and good luck for the year. It's a fun tradition, but nobody really knows where it came from. Some say it's a German tradition, others say it's an American invention. Either way, it's a pickle in a tree. Chapter 12. The Yule lads are coming. All right, back to Iceland, where Santa's got some competition in the gift-giving department. I'm talking about the Yule lads, 13 mischievous trolls who visit children in the 13 days leading up to Christmas. Now, these aren't your typical jolly elves. Each Yule lad has a unique personality and a penchant for pranks. There's door slammer, sausage swiper, spoon licker, you name it. If you're a good kid, they'll leave a small gift in your shoe, which you'd better leave on the windowsill. But if you're naughty, well, let's just say they'll leave you a rotten potato. Chapter 13. A place at the table. Finally, we're ending on a more heartwarming note in Portugal, where Christmas is a time to remember loved ones who have passed away. During their Christmas Eve feast, known as Consoada, many families set extra places at the table for deceased relatives. It's a way to honor their memory and include them in the celebration, even though they're no longer physically present. It's a beautiful tradition that reminds us that even though our loved ones may be gone, they're always in our hearts. And there you have it, 13 of the weirdest Christmas traditions from around the world. Which one surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more fun videos. From pooping logs in Spain to fried caterpillars in South Africa, we've seen it all. No matter how you celebrate, I think we can all agree that the holidays are a time for joy, laughter, and spending time with loved ones. Unless you're in Austria, then it's time to watch out for Krampus. Seriously, that guy's no joke. Happy holidays, everybody.